Good evening, Bahamas. Coming up tonight on our news.
CCA Bahamas exempt from paying VAT. We've got the full story coming up.
The leader of the Free National Movement calls on the government to announce an election date. That story straight ahead.
Concerns over the future of the Rebel 7 Free National Movement MPs. A Foxdale man is killed Wednesday night. Now police need your help.
The Minister of Education announces the budget for public school repairs following Hurricane Matthew. That story is coming up straight ahead.
Welcome to our news and thanks for joining us. I'm Christina McNeil. Topping news tonight, it turns out that the lead contractor on the Baha Mar project is exempt from paying value-added tax. The revelation came in an email published in today's Nassau Guardian and has since sent shockwaves through the country. Kyle Joaquin tells us more.
The details surrounding the sale of the multi-billion-dollar Baha Mar project may still be sealed up in court, but we're now getting an idea of just some of the concessions included.
An email leaked to the press yesterday revealed that the Christie administration has exempted China Construction America Bahamas Limited, the lead construction firm on the Baha Mar project, from paying value-added tax. The email is dated January 4th and directs all subcontractors of CCA to present invoices for payment that are devoid of VAT charges. It reads, "Dear Sirs, it's agreed with the government that the subcontractors and suppliers of CCA Bahamas Limited shall be entitled to have the benefit of a full exemption from the payment of all value-added tax for works carried out on the Baha Mar project. Therefore, you are required not to charge the value-added tax on your invoices for goods and or services to CCA." But that email continued, "If you have paid VAT to the government or your own subcontractors and or suppliers, please record these invoices as listed in the attached summary form and submit to CCA for the review and process of the Bahamas Authority." This latest development comes just a month after the buyer for the Baha Mar project was revealed, but also while details surrounding the sale of the multi-billion-dollar development remain sealed up in court, out of the public's reach. But there are still a list of questions left to be answered surrounding the deal, as well as a detailed account of what actually happens with the revenue generated from value-added tax. Prime Minister Christie had mentioned on numerous occasions that there were certain concessions, but never revealed any. The Free National Movement has repeatedly questioned CCA's benefits in the Baha Mar debacle. F&M Deputy Leader Peter Turnquist said he suspects this is only one part of the reason the government and Chow Tai Fook Enterprises, Baha Mar's new owners, sealed the information surrounding the sale up in court. He called the deal questionable. But our news team reached out to Attorney General Alison Maynard Gibson last night. She said the benefits that will flow as a result of a completed and operational Baha Mar project far outweigh the concessions the government has agreed to. She said, "There will be tremendous benefits to the Bahamian people." What's the benefit to the people, she asked. A resort that not only will be completed by a developer that is world-class, but an operator that is world-class who has the capacity to complete it, as well as to operate it successfully. Our news team attempted to contact CCA through the address shown in the email. However, there was no reply. We also called the number in the email. The person we spoke with had no knowledge of the email. Reporting for our news, I'm Kyle Joaquin.
Thanks, Kyle. Well, with the country nearly 1 week into the new year, leader of the Free National Movement, Dr. Hubert Minnis, is calling on the Christie administration to announce an election date. Dr. Minnis says he finds it baffling that the Boundaries Commission has yet to complete its report. Jasmine Brown reports.
Dr. Minnis accused the Christie administration of dragging its heels as he says thousands of Bahamians are ready to cast their votes.
People are anxious to vote. They want to know when the election will be held so that they can make the necessary adjustment knowing that, wow, there will be light in 3 weeks. There will be light in 4 weeks, but not in a cloud of darkness, not knowing when they would see the light.
While in Exuma, Acklins, and Grand Bahama over the last few weeks, Prime Minister Perry Christie made it clear that in 2017, things will go fast and furious, and people should register now. Christie has also said publicly that the election date would also depend on the number of registered voters, which is still dismally low. Minnis says the Boundaries Commission is also posing a problem by not releasing its report. F&M Deputy Leader Peter Turnquist is a member of the commission, which is chaired by House Speaker Dr. Kendall Major. Minnis insists the commission's report is long overdue.
The Boundaries Commission should have reported a long time ago, but this government has no respect for laws. They do as they please. Boundaries Commission should have reported already. Christie and those have no respect for the Bahamian populace. They've demonstrated that over and over. They are a law unto themselves.
Minnis adds that this is just another example of how the PLP does not respect the Bahamian people.
And that is why we are such a lawless society under the PLP. That is why corruption is rampant. So it's essential that they be removed. It's essential to remove them so that we can weed out corruption and move our country on a proper and right path.
Reporting for our news, I'm Jasmine Brown.
Meanwhile, the process for the Rebel 7 members of Parliament will be fair and balanced, according to Free National Movement candidate for Elizabeth, Dr. Dwayne Sands. Sands, who is also a sitting member of the F&M Council, says if there was no basis for the charges against those MPs who ousted party leader Dr. Hubert Minnis as leader of the opposition, a council would not have been appointed. This comes after Fort Charlotte candidate Dr. Andre Rollins said there will be no disciplinary action against those MPs.
Free National Movement will ensure that the process is fair and balanced. And so any comment that preempts the findings of the tribunal would be premature. I think it is important for the Free National Movement to demonstrate that there's a difference between the Free National Movement that understands the principles of democracy and the other political organization with whom we compete.
Rollins says a formal objection has been lodged against the bogus charges filed against him and the 6 other members of Parliament. Sands says in an effort to prevent prejudice in the proceedings, he will reserve comment, but he says the appointed council is working feverishly to have the issue resolved as soon as possible.
I think I would prejudice the findings and also the right to appeal to comment. Certainly, like I said, I believe that as a member of the Free National Movement, what is critically important is that this process is fair, that it's transparent, and that any judgment is left to those persons who have been charged with dealing or managing that process.
In other news, one man is dead and another recovering in hospital after a drive-by shooting in Foxdale Wednesday night. Police say shortly after 8 p.m., 2 men were standing in front of a home on Cordia Crescent when a dark-colored Honda pulled up and its occupants opened fire before speeding off. Now police need your help in finding the suspect or suspects responsible for this latest homicide. Police are asking anyone with information to contact them at 919, 911 or Crime Stoppers at 328-TIPS. Still to come on our news, an update on school repairs after Hurricane Matthew. Will the We March organizer throw his hat in the ring to enter frontline politics? And a primary school student raises money to fight cancer. That's coming up when our news returns.